The chamber members and for being here this morning. My name is David Reed. If you haven't met me, I'm the executive director. I want to introduce my team. That is Scott Festus. He's our membership coordinator. Most of you already know him. That's Regina Wilkie, our marketing manager and assistant director. And that's Bailey Roberts, our event coordinator.
Bailey
Bailey Roberts, who's our coffee sponsor for TLC. Looking at one, talking to the other. And this is Lois Roque, she is our bookkeeper. I'm missing with my name. Glasses are all fogged over. We have some new members to report since the last time we were here. Scott, do you want to introduce those folks?
Sure. So we have 4 new members in the month of September. First one listed in alphabetical order is Beach Burritos back, so we're glad to have them back. And Kids Apothecary is opening another business called Foragers. It's downstairs in the underground. I checked it out. It's a wonderful little shop, so go check it out. We're also partnering with Spring Hill Press for our new walking trail map that we're doing, so get ready for that. And then the Vine Side is opening a new wine shop down on Pier 39, so we're going to do a lot of sampling down there too. So welcome our new members. And also we have some new collateral over here, so check out the new networking breakfast and business after hours reminder sheet, so that way if we forget, we know what it is in our new bookmark. So grab one on your way out.
You mentioned Spring Hill Press, one of our newest members. They are going to be doing a county map for us, which will have advertising based on it. So you'll be hearing from them early November, is that right? Asking if anybody wants to be part of that. And it's a really well asked for asset to have a map of the area that includes more than just Astoria-Warrenton, has all the roads and everything on it. So it'll be a good exposure for anybody that wants to be on that map. We've done that a few years ago, and it was a real popular event. We decided to get back into that now. So we've watched more information, read about that in Chamber Chatter, and expect them to give you a call. Let's take a moment to thank properly Bailey Roberts and TLC Division of Library Federal for being our coffee sponsor once again for our monthly meetings. So if you like coffee, you'll like TLC or vice versa. They are also going to be our business after hours on October 14th. We're going to do that at the Warrenton branch of TLC Division of Library Federal. And that should be a really good event. It's a beautiful space, in that location, and it's just nicely located. So, good job, thank you. That'll be October 14th at 5:30 p.m. The cash pot drawing, by the way, for that will be $500. So make sure that you're there. We have a couple of 5-minute microphone speakers today, and we will begin now with Brian. Is it Neese? Brian Neese from the Preferred Broker Program.
Hi, thanks for having me, and Jen, thanks for connecting me with the Chamber. I always appreciate getting to come down here, anywhere really in the state, to talk to local businesses and resources, but I really appreciate Astoria. I've been able to connect our program with a lot of resources up here, and it's really been great for our program. And what that program is we are the State of Oregon Workers' Compensation Division Preferred Worker Program. And we are the return to work programs for injured workers in the state of Oregon. We've got a number of incentives and benefits to help employers and their injured workers get the workers back to work. And there's two programs within that we use. One is the Employer Injury Program. Some of you might be familiar with that. If you're not, I'd love to have an opportunity to talk to you. And that program is if you have a worker that's out on workers' comp claim, that's treating for it, we have ways to help you bring them back. Lower your costs with time loss and whatnot, give you some have an ability to keep them working. Maybe it's light duty or something else, but essentially keep them engaged with you and being productive rather than sitting at home while they're being treated and kind of slowly disengaging from the work that they used to do. If that injury results in some sort of permanent disability or work restrictions for that worker, we have the Preferred Worker Program, and that's primarily what I do. With that, we have a lot of ways for an employer to save money. We can exempt workers' comp premiums on that worker for 3 years. We can provide a 6-month wage subsidy. And the bulk of what I do is I can come out and help to modify a job so they can continue to get it done. Or if it's a new job, they can start those job duties that you hired them to do, but do it within those work restrictions that they have. I think in this county alone, I think we have about maybe 400 preferred workers. And these are people that are either working now or looking for work, but they come with all these benefits that I talked about. And we can help to connect those workers with you if you're looking for people, and it seems as I go around the state, most are these days. Happy to make that connection and then put those benefits in place. Not only you can save money, but you can get a worker that's wanting to work for you. Appreciate the time, and I'm always around to talk. I'll have some cards. And Jen Munson from VR is always around here, and she knows exactly where I am most times, so happy to go through her to talk to me too. But I appreciate you guys having me out here today. Sure.
So how do people access it? So let's say that a third-party company is looking for employees. Do they come to you and say, hey, we need somebody here that we need, and you say, I've got somebody that fits that bill? Or does the worker themselves come to you?
Well, that would be great. If you're looking for someone, call me, email me, and we'll figure out how to connect you with workers that would have the qualifications to do the job. It isn't just, oh, here's somebody, take them, and we'll go. But we don't keep a stock of the workers in an area. We get to know them, and we have ways to get that information out to them. But also, being a preferred worker and having those work restrictions, it's not a protected class. If you're interviewing somebody, you can ask them, are you a preferred worker? They may or may not know, but if they say yeah, then connect them with us, and we can get that started. But I'm always happy to help that process. The local work source office, they can run job postings through their IMAX skills that require a preferred worker card to apply. So that's another way to find preferred workers in this area.
Anybody else have questions for Ryan?
Thanks again, I appreciate it.
I had not heard of the preferred worker program, so thank you for that information. There seem to be a lot of programs through the state that can connect people back with work and employers with employees. So now is the time probably to be making those calls and making that stuff up. So fortunately, we have some great liaisons right here in our community. Jen can connect you with some or most of those. So just take advantage of that. It's really, like I said, seems to be the time to do that. We also had a 5-minute mic this morning for Stephen Alleman. Stephen, make it this morning? Stephen was going to bring us some electric cars and give us some demonstrations on how those are. So we'll keep an eye out for him and put him in the agenda if he makes it here later on. But right now, we do have a few minutes if we want to do a quick introduction, kind of hand the microphone around, and tell us who you are, if you've got any events or announcements to make. If you would, please start with Kevin.
Thank you, David. Good morning, everybody. Kevin Leahy, Executive Director. A couple things on the SBDC side. We have a great workshop coming up called Launch My Business. It's our Startup Bootcamp series. Meyer Freeman's teaching it. We had capacity businesses this past summer. We're doing it again. It starts on October the 19th. And there will be, it's a $99 fee, but there's $100 that are granted back to the business if they complete the program. And also a $500 grant for the Best Business Plan presentation that will be funded by Cedar. And I also wanted just to introduce, we have a new small business management program facilitator. His name is Ian Reed, by the way, David. It's spelled the same way, so it's an easy name to remember. Ian lives in Canada Beach. He comes to us from Canada, Quebec, Canada. He and his wife, he is an entrepreneur with internet businesses. And we also have Eric Strongquist joining us. Eric is the co-founder of the Hot Lips Pizza Company. He relocated here to Astoria, he and his wife. And we have Rocio Simmons, who entrepreneur. She was recently on Paseo Spano's board. She's joining us as a part-time advisor for the SBDC. So we're really excited about our new folks. And if you have any questions about the SPM program, which starts in November, please just see me or email us at sbdc@clatsfcc.edu. Give you all the information. This is our signature program. We're really excited to kick it off. Thank you.
My name is Frank Cox. I'm the superintendent of schools in Astoria, and we are thrilled to have kids in school.
Lauren Matthews with the Astoria Scandinavian Midsummer Festival and the Heritage Association.
Ryan, thanks again. Thanks for having me.
Jen Munson, Vocational Rehabilitation and United Way Board Member.
I'm David Ozer. I'm on various boards, including the College Foundation Board. We have at the college and through the foundation a lot of scholarship money available. If you or your family member or workers want to come take classes, there's good scholarship money available for you.
Hi, Bruce Jones, Mayor of Astoria. We've started the process at the city for redevelopment of Heritage Square, hole in the ground block. And we'll have a meeting at our next city council meeting, Monday, the 4th of October. The consultant that we've hired to run the process is going to give his first presentation based on feedback he's gotten from stakeholder interviews and talking to different developers. So if you have thoughts, input, comments, ideas for Heritage Square that you'd like to get on the table, you can either dial into the meeting Monday at 7 p.m. and make public comment. You can email me or Brett Estes, and there will be multiple opportunities for public input throughout this process. But the first opportunity is next Monday.
Good morning, my name is Leo and I'm with Total London Management. We are recently expanded and working on an outreach program for the community. So if there are any resources that you guys would like to pass on or collaborate with, please feel free to contact me. Hi, my name is Laurel Lindenbar. I'm new to the Astoria area. I'm a Coast Guard spouse. I'm also a realtor under Vesta Realty Group. I'm excited to be here to network with all of you and excited to be a part of this new community.
Good morning, I'm Lois Dorothy, bookkeeper at the Chamber of Astoria and a bookkeeper at City Lumber.
Good morning, I'm Rachel Schack with 94.9 Bridges, City Board, Sunset Park and Rec Foundation Board, and Cosby United Way Board. And I just want to let everyone know right now on 94.9 Bridge, we are doing a contest to give away $1,000 if anyone can use an extra $1,000. Every single weekday, just listen at 9 a.m., 1 p.m. and 3 p.m. for keywords of the day. You enter them in at the website, and we do 2 drawings every weekday for $1,000. So, and we give away free keywords every Thursday, so check out the Instagram for that. Thanks. Good morning, Haley Roberts from TLC Division of Iowa Federal. So just to reiterate, we are having the next business after hours out of Warrenton branch over by Walmart, and there is going to be limited capacity, so please register through the chamber website just so we can get an idea of how many people are going to be attending. There'll be light refreshments and a cornhole game. It's just going to be a really nice evening of inviting the community together and celebrating, hopefully, a more open community for this next year and just having a good time. So I hope to see you guys there.
Hi, I'm Crystal Garrison. I'm Marketing and Community Development Manager with TLC. I would just pretty much like to echo everything Bailey said. We hope to see you guys up after hours next month.
I'm Bailey Lay, event coordinator at the Chamber, and the Great Columbia Crossing is less than 2 weeks away now. It's on October 10th. Registration for that is closed. Registration for the virtual event is also closed at this time, but we still need a lot of volunteers, so go to the website, greatcolumbiacrossing.com, or just get in touch with me and we'll find a shift for you.
Good morning, Caroline Weathers with the Columbia River Maritime Museum.
Money Achieving, Astoria-Warrenton walk-in, and real estate agent with River Park Maker.
You know me too, Regina Wilkie with the Chamber.
Hello, I'm Judy Hoff. I'm with Melaleuca, the Wellness Company.
Hi, I'm Anna Morris with the Holiday Inn.
Good morning, I'm Paul Winars with the Astoria Riverfront Trolley and Astoria Regatta. And Regatta is looking for a little bit of help in that we have a new float, which is a 28-foot bow ticker. We're finishing off some work on it and intend to decorate it with some permanent decorations, but we're looking for indoor storage for the float. Anybody who might have a barn, a pole barn, stable, indoor corral, anything along those lines where we can have indoor storage where the inclement weather is not going to take its toll on some of the permanent decorations. If you have anything or know of anybody or know someone who knows someone, please get in contact with me or go to the Regatta website and send an email and we'll forward it on to me. Appreciate all your help. Thank you.
Good morning, my name is Melissa Merritt and I work with PSS. We provide substitutes for Patson County, and we're also happy that students are back in school and looking for ways to support them with more substitutes.
Morning, everybody. My name is Nick. I own and King Travel. I'm a travel planner out of my home in Warrenton. So if anybody is looking to get on vacation again, let me know. We'd be happy to get you somewhere that is not this weather out these windows. So thank you.
You gotta get the start over first, David.
Currently, I'm not allowed to go on vacation. Okay? Actually, Nick's got a bunch of hot deals on the website. If you haven't checked out the hot deals, they are available to everybody. You can find them on our oldoregon.com. There are also member-to-member deals, which are specifically exclusive for other chamber members from chamber members, and you can find those by logging into your side of the website. If you are not familiar with how to do that, Scott will help you get through that. So take advantage of that. I do want to say a couple more things about the Great Columbia Crossing. A lot of work goes into the Great Columbia Crossing every year to make that a safe event. We have no fewer than 14 agencies with whom we coordinate to make that happen. That's all about safety of our participants and of our community. This year, COVID has made that safety equation harder, but it's still the same equation. So we have now public health, we have other agencies involved in keeping us safe. We added 15 different changes to our system so that we can keep people safe, people visiting. It is a very safe event. And so I just want you to know that we are running that event. We are not doing that cavalierly. That is something that's designed to be safe for participants, safe for volunteers, and safe for the community. And we're really looking forward to doing it. So if you can help out with volunteership anytime that week, we really appreciate it. I think you'll have a good time. There's a nice swag that goes along with being a volunteer as well. So if you hear people talk about the crossing, hopefully they're saying good things about it, but I do want to reassure the community that this is not done lightly. We took a great deal of effort to reevaluate whether it was safe to run the event at all, and how it was safe to do it, and we are absolutely confident that we are doing all those things. So that's the crossing. Without any further ado, as soon as Craig is down over there, I want to introduce Craig Hoff as the Superintendent of Astoria School District to talk about a phenomenal set of projects that is going on in our community that really speaks to workforce development, really speaks to the future of our community, and is a serious investment in our kids. So, Craig?
Thank you, Bruce. First of all, I want to thank the Chamber for having me today to be able to talk about our bond projects. We're just thrilled at the work that's been done. When we first started the bond project, we went out for a number of endorsements, and the Chamber was one of them. And it was overwhelming, their endorsement for us, and it helped as we work with our local businesses. The unique thing about our bond, and I think most of you know this person, is back in 1998, we ran a bond for about, I think it was about $20 million, and Skip Halke was the campaign manager for that bond. In 2018, Skip Halke was our campaign manager again. And his help throughout the whole bond helped us pass it. Just this a week ago today, I had the opportunity to take Skip on a tour. And we all know, who knows Skip, his health is failing, but he was just thrilled to see the work that had been into by Skip and by our community. So that was good to see. In 2018, the district proposed to our voters a $70 million bond to renovate our schools. That $70 million turned into an $84 million bond by the time it was done. We sold our bond, we received an extra $10 million And then we received a matching grant from the state for $4 million. The great thing is, and I'll talk a little bit about each of these projects, but I want to make sure that the community knows that as hard as it is with the economy and materials and ordering those type of things, this $84 million project has come under budget. And you'll notice the transformation in our schools, but we got under all the material costs. That was all done early, so we had some problems getting materials here, but overall it is under budget, and we'll be able to expand some of our projects if we wanted to. We are at this point about 80 to 85% done with our projects, and about 15% to complete. The whole bond process will be done by the end of next summer. But right now at two of our schools, Astoria Middle School and Astoria High School, we have kids in session while construction is going on at the same time. Most of the construction companies work swing shifts, so they come in at 4 and they work till sometimes 2, 3 in the morning when kids are not there. Along with just passing the bond, I want to recognize David Ozer, who's sitting right here. David was on the school board and was also a co-campaign manager with Skip, and did a lot of work on getting the bond passed. David and I probably did 40 or 50 presentations. I joke, or people in the community tell me that I would change religions every week if someone would listen to me on how to pass a bond. And it worked. We passed, I think it was like 68%, one of the highest in the state. So it was well needed. I just want to share a few high priorities with the bond, and then I'll get into specifics of each school. But I have this insert in front of you to do a presentation, and then decided after I looked at this is just as good a presentation. This has been mailed out to all of our community members who live within our school district. This is the second one we've done with an update. We did one last year also. A couple things it says on the front. We prioritize safety and security. You cannot walk to any of our buildings right now without going into an office. You cannot just walk into our building. You have to get buzzed in. There's cameras seeing who's out there. It's a high priority, and it's really working. In the middle school, sometimes they won't even let me in unless I have a key or I have to knock, but it's really high security. I want to modernize our classrooms, and I'll talk a little bit about this, but our classrooms now, the 3 models has been done, just really high impact learning spaces for our kids with bright lights, just the materials in the classroom now that we've never had before, and this bond helped that. We also wanted to extend the life of our buildings. We can run a bond every 20 years, but we need to update our classrooms so that we can do that, and that was one of the high impact ones. We wanted to update our classrooms so they can extend the life of that. Along with that is that you will drive by the schools and you'll see pictures in here and you'll see all the glitz and glamour, and it's great. But the infrastructure of our buildings have all been redone. New heating systems, new electrical systems, so they're very efficient now. And that's what you get when you get about $84 million. David talked about a little bit, expanding vocational and technical education facilities. Both of our middle school and our high schools have large spaces now for engineering programs, agricultural programs. And this bond not only remodel or remodernize those areas, but also has applied a lot of curriculum and a lot of materials to that. About 4 years ago, the district participated in a grant from the state of Oregon, received close to about $350,000. We worked with Hampton Lumber, and we put together a classroom with about 10 different hands-on projects for kids that if they learned and were proficient with those materials from Hampton Lumber, they could actually go out and get a good wage earning job to start. And we probably have 20 to 25 kids each semester in there, and we work with Hampton Lumber to employ a lot of our kids when they are done. And then the important one for the school district all along is to utilize vendors and subcontractors. If you look at the very back of this is a report on local vendors, local contractors up far right. Those are all local companies within Clatsop County who have worked on this bond. And then the charts below totaling almost $5 million between labor costs, rental and materials were all purchased within Clatsop County. And as big as our projects are, that's a lot of money for our local economy. So we're really thrilled to see that. And we tell our contractor, who's Skanska, it's a large construction company, we have told them from the start, anything we want to do that we can do, we want to keep local. So, just a few other things. Astor Elementary, which is our K-2 building, it's the old kindergarten cop school, it's above Safeway. They had a gym there, we call it the old gym. And some of the old timers in Astoria call it the old gym. But that's been revitalized, and there's a picture on the insert of that. It hadn't been used for like 15 years because it was so loud and the windows were broke on it. That is now our multi-purpose room, as well as a kitchen area there. And because of that, we were able to add 3 more classrooms to a building that's sort of landlocked. There's not a lot of room to expand other than within. If you've also driven by that building, you'll notice it has brand new windows everywhere. And it's really made the facility look beautiful. It's got black frame windows, as well as those energy efficient windows. With Lewis and Clark Elementary, which was, I'm looking at the first page on the left-hand side, that was built 18 years ago on the previous bond. Didn't need to do a lot of work to it, other than some safety and security issues in the front of it. And that has been completed. Sort of our high priority on this bond was Astoria Middle School. And that has a new 3-story instructional wing. If you ever drive by it, or hopefully get the opportunity to get into it, when we can, we did a ribbon cutting there with the support of the chamber. But with restrictions with COVID, we're not able to get a lot of people in that building right now. But it's an incredible instructional wing for kids. If you ever seen the old Astoria Middle School, it had little windows in each of the classrooms, just really small windows. And staff, when they went through the design, they kept saying they wanted more windows, more windows. Well, now if you walk in, there's more windows than walls. So it's just a beautiful, great views, beautiful facility. We are in the process of remodernizing the other half of that building. So we've done an instructional wing. There's like 2 hallways with 8 classrooms that are being worked on right now and should be done by Christmas time. Our hope is, and then that whole facility will open up probably in January or February. But it's a pretty incredible building. I try to go in there daily. I've been in there most of the summer just to look at it. Our architects have said about the building is probably the what they said it's probably the best designed educational facility that they have done, and that was based on the work. As a community, we did what we said we wanted. As staff also said what they wanted in a school. Each level has instructional wings, as well as common meeting areas, as well as private meeting areas. It's just a beautiful facility. Astoria High School, you will notice in the insert, and most of you have been, in the far right in the middle is our new or modernized auditorium. It has purple seats now, all painted white. I think there had a burnt orange paint to it before, and the seats were wooden and got quite a few splinters by sitting on those seats. That has been modernized. Our whole, at the high school, you'll see the bottom right-hand corner, those all new science rooms. I was just in 2 of them yesterday, and just beautiful, the lab space that allows the kids to do, as well as a lot of work on safety and security at the high school. Now, our kids do not have to go outside to go to one building or to another. The whole building is enclosed so that a kid can leave the office area and walk to a class without having to go outside through 2 doors. And that was important to us so that we can keep kids within the building and safe. And again, both the middle school and high school, a lot of infrastructure, new heating systems, all new electrical, all the fire codes have been redone there. So, and in the insert also, it'll show you when each of these projects are done. And it's like the Astor is done. We've completed Astor this summer, and the middle school and the high school will be done next year. So that's my update. Really excited about our schools, and I'll take any questions from that.
Craig, can you kind of give an update on how the school year's going so far?
Yeah, thanks for asking it. And I mentioned it before when I introduced myself. The school year is going great. We didn't have kids in as much as we would like to last year. And this year we really worked hard to get kids in from the start. And our goal is to keep kids in. Our enrollment's probably down about 200 or 300 kids, which is a concern for us. But I reached out to most of those parents, and it's more of a health and safety concern. We have started an online school of our own. It's called the Astoria Choice Online Academy. But we started right after Labor Day with kids in. Our elementary school, our classes have no more than 20 kids in them, so we can keep them separate. Our buses are full. We only put about 56 kids on the bus, when normally we put about 80 kids on the bus. It's caused some traffic flow problems with parents bringing kids to school, but we're just thrilled to be in school. We have COVID in our schools. We have a dashboard on our website that shows, in fact, I got a text this morning of another case. But one of the things that we're really working hard at is COVID is brought into the schools that it's not spread. And so far, knock on wood, it has not spread in our schools. But we're quarantining staff, kids, for up to 10 days. But it's really, and we decided to go back at a worse time than it's ever been for COVID cases. Not one parent, staff member, kid said they didn't want to go back to school because we all miss school. So we're really excited. We're really working hard as a community to make sure our schools are safe. And so far, they have been safe. So, thank you. Yes.
Yes, a question on how vaccine and mask mandates are working out for you. I know that it's been controversial in other parts of the country with the critical race theory. How's that going?
So the initial question had with vaccines. So the governor's mandate had required all K-12 employers, volunteers, coaches, those type of things to be vaccinated by October 16th or October 18th. We are at about 94 to 95% of our staff that are vaccinated at this point, and which is a very high number for us. We didn't think it would get that high. We had a number of staff, once it became mandated, they all just went out and got their vaccines. We're dealing with some staff members right now who have had COVID and can't get vaccinated right away, that whole thing, but we're working through the exception process with staff. Was there another?
Yeah, I've been following the critical race theory piece that's rolling out across the state. Just wondered how that would shape down.
So the critical race theory, as a district and as a school board, we haven't addressed the critical race theory. When I can tell you from a school district standpoint, when I read up on critical race theory, it's more of a college type concept. And I've shared with parents, and I don't try to be flippant about this, is that this fall, I've been just trying to get kids in school and haven't had a chance to really worry about critical race theory and those other things. This is what I do know, is that we want, whether it's critical race theory or not, we want all kids in school to feel safe. We want all kids to school, to come to school and to learn. Whatever that means, we will do that for all of our kids. But I'm sure there'll be more to that as we move forward.
Craig, in the planning process for how the bond money was going to be spent, sounds like a lot of money. 84 million is a lot of money, but there were more projects than there was money. So we pared that down to the important things. One thing we really talked about was flexibility, because we tore down a building that was probably considered the right building for the time, and it was absolutely the wrong building for this time. So when you invest in a new building, you want it to be appropriate today and appropriate 20 or 30 years from now. How is that different?
So what David's referring to is, I'll just give a little history on that. David, along with others, Lauren, was on the initial committee to look at the different projects or look at the different facilities. And what David is referring to is the middle school, which I mentioned only had like a little pilot window in each of the rooms. And I remember David saying to me, can I have the first whack at that thing with a bulldozer? And he didn't get it, and they wouldn't even let me do it. But I asked for it. But What he's referring to is a flexible space, and it's for two reasons. One is it has to be flexible for our kids, because it has to be able to expand when we add more kids to our facilities. And the second thing is that when we spend $84 million of our taxpayers' money, we want our facilities to be our community's facilities. And so that was important, whether it was a library, cafeteria space, our gyms are incredible right now with the remodernization. All those areas had to be able to be functionable for the community to be used. And you'll notice that in our gyms, you'll notice that in our auditorium spaces, and so that's what I think you're referring to. Is that correct?
Any other questions?
If you want, you can take these flyers with you. I have plenty. I want to just to do a quick acknowledgement of the Daily Astoria and put these flyers together for us. So we're excited to work with them locally also. So, thank you.
Thank you, Craig. The process was fascinating. I'm glad that I got to be part of that, because it started out with a lot of input, and it turned out a lot of collaboration. And what you've done with that is turned it into a community project by having the emphasis on local contractors. Skanska, who's an international company, came to us not long after they got that contract and joined the chambers. So they're part of the community as well as being in the community. So it really has been exactly how good things get done around here is through collaboration. So. Skanska's going to do the hospital project next month. So, okay. Any last minute announcements? I'm going to do some drawings and we'll give away some fun stuff.